Here is our spicy video for sectors of circles, which is our fifth and final topic of Unit 7, talking about circles. If you have your note sheet, will be in this lower right-hand corner where it says sectors of circles. You're going to want to go on the back side if you run out of room. We've got a couple examples to go through. If you do go on the back side, make sure you label it so you know where to look later. If you watch the medium video, none of this part is new to you. We will just cover it real quickly. When you are asked to find the sector of a circle, you will be given the angle measure right here. So that'd be x degrees. So the area of the sector is x degrees divided by 360 degrees. And then we have times the area of our whole circle, pi times the radius squared. Now, most of the questions we're going to see in this section of video will be half circles. So the x would be 180, and we could just take the area of our circle and divide it by 2. Each one of our examples is going to have a composite figure that has a part of it that is a portion of a circle. So for instance, on this question, we have an isosceles trapezoid, and we have a half circle, or a semicircle. So we're going to cut this semicircle off, and then we're going to find the area of the trapezoid, the half circle, and then add those two together. So our trapezoid, if you remember back to one of the first videos in this unit, we know that we add the two bases together, so that's 13 plus 6. We're going to multiply by the height and then divide by 2. Which my calculator tells me gives me a total of 76. Now, for the half circle, we're going to start with our radius squared, which is 3 because the diameter is 6, so 3 squared, multiplied by pi, so that's 9 times pi, which is 28.27 ... a bunch of other numbers that we don't need to worry about. We're going to divide that by 2, so 28.27 ... divided by 2, which gives us 14.137 ... We are going to add that to our 76, so 76 plus 14.137 ... gives me a total of 90.137 ... We want to round to the nearest tenth, so we're going to look in the hundredth spot where the 3 is. That tells me to round down, so my final answer is 90.1 units squared. In this example, we have a semicircle removed from a rectangle, so we're going to start by finding the area of the whole rectangle, which we remember is base times height, so 14 times 10, which is 140. Then we're going to find the area of the semicircle. Now the diameter is 10, so the radius is going to be 5, so 5 squared times pi. If I do that on the calculator, it'll give me 78.539 ... We're going to divide that by 2 to get us 39.269 ... We're going to subtract that from 140, so 140 minus 39.269 ... to get our total of 100.73 ... Looking at the hundredths place, we're at a 3 again, so my final answer will be 100.7 units squared. In our last example, we have a parallelogram with a semicircle attached to it. Now, if we remember, the parallelogram formula is base times height, just like a rectangle. So I'm going to do my base of 18 and 10, because I know that this line right here tells me the height of our parallelogram, and it creates a 90-degree angle with my base of 18. So that is 180. Then I'm going to do my half circle, my semicircle, of which I know the diameter is 16. 16. So the radius is 8. So we're going to do 8 squared times pi, which is 201.06 dot dot dot. Divide that by 2 to get 100.53 with extra numbers after that. And because I'm not taking it away from the parallelogram, we're going to add those two numbers together. So 180 plus 100.53 gives me a total of 280.53 with extra numbers. Looking at the hundredths place, that's a 3 one more time. So I'm going to round down to 80.5 units squared would be my final answer. On Delta Math, where you'll find the spicy CYUs, you're going to continue to do questions like this. Make sure you are either adding or subtracting the semicircle depending on what the picture looks like.